Hey, this is MJ, and in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet our Caribbean tied tank top. The yarn that I'm using is Comfy Fingering Weight yarn from WeCrochet, and I'll be working with the color Seafoam for this tutorial. So this yarn is a #1 weight, 75% Pima cotton and 25% acrylic. I'll be working with 2 hook sizes for the pattern, a 3mm and a 4mm, and these are dots hooks from WeCrochet as well, and I'll have links in the description box for the hooks as well as the yarn. The construction of this tank top is it's worked flat in 2 pieces. We're going to begin with our band, and then we're going to work simple single and double crochet stitches for this pattern. So we're going to begin with the 3mm hook, put a slip knot, and this band will be fairly wide, so I'm going to do this 20 stitches. So we're going to begin with a chain of 21. Then we'll work single crochets across the chain. So in the second chain from the hook, we'll work a single crochet, and work single crochets across the chain so that you have a total of 20. So once you work all the way across, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And now we'll be working through the back loops only of the stitch. So work a single crochet through the back loop. And this is what we'll do for the entire band. We're going to work rows of single crochet through the back loop only. Now follow along with your pattern for the size that you're working on for how many rows you'll need to crochet. Okay, so I'm going to continue. I'm going to crochet up my band so that I have a total of 97 rows for this size. Okay, so once you've worked 97 rows, it's going to look like this. So this will cinch in nicely around the waist. And now what we're going to do is change over to our 4mm hook, chain 1, and we're going to work single crochets across the length of our band, and we'll be doing 1 single crochet per row so that we have 97 stitches. There's 1. This row here, you can see we have the thicker section right there. The next row, we just have a little loop. Then we get back to the thicker section. And that helps you keep on track with your stitches. So we're going to work that all the way across. Okay, so I'm finishing up, and the last one is a little tricky. As long as you're counting, you'll know you should be ending on the little loop, which is right here. So that's 97. Now I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and this row we're going to work across in double crochet. So our double crochet row is going to be worked on our wrong side, and our single crochet rows are going to be worked on the right side. So what I like to do, so that I do stay on track throughout the pattern, is I like to add a stitch marker just to the right side of my work. It's a good idea just so you stay on track with that. So now I'm going to work across the row in double crochet. So now I'm actually going to switch the right side to the double crochet row. So I'm actually going to flip it, and I'm going to make this my right side instead. So a single crochet row will be worked on the wrong side, and a double crochet row will be worked on the right side because I'm just liking the look of this side more than the other side. So I wanted to pop on here quickly and just show you that I did make that swap. Okay, so I've worked all the way across in double crochet 97 stitches. I'm going to chain 1 and turn. And now I'm going to do a single crochet row. So we're back to the right side. And we're just going to work across in single crochet. So this part of the pattern is just worked alternating rows of single and double. And you're going to work this part as long as you would like the tank top to be from your underarm down. So this gives you flexibility to make it a little bit longer or a little bit shorter depending on your body type. So what I like to do is I will crochet it, then hold it up to my body just slightly under the underarm and make sure that it is a good length where I want it to sit. So I'm going to go ahead working rows of double and single until I get to the length that I want. Okay, so I've been working on the tank top and I finished my row. So I have a total of 14 double crochet rows. But I have ended on the single crochet row. But if you just count your double rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I've ended with my single crochet row. Now we're going to start doing our V cups up here. So we'll chain 1 and turn. And I'm actually feeling like I want to make this the right side instead of the other way. So you can really, like, either side looks good. When I was working this pattern with the lace stitch, the other side needed to be the right side, but now that I'm looking at it all just done in the solid, I kind of like the double crochet row on the right side and the single crochet row on the wrong side. But you can make either side your right side depending on your preference. So now what we're going to do is slip stitch across for our armhole shaping. And for the medium size, we'll be doing 5. So depending on the size you're working on, follow along with how many slip stitches you need to do. Okay, so I've marked the center stitch, which is the 49th stitch, and I'm going to work over in double crochets now to the last stitch before the marker. So that's a total of 43 stitches for this size. Okay, and then once you get all the way across, we're going to chain 1 and turn. So we have a total of 43 stitches, and now we're going to decrease every row. So we're going to do a single crochet decrease, so go through the stitch, pull up a loop, go through the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And you'll single crochet all the way across to your last 2 stitches. So once you get all the way across, your last stitch is going to be slightly angled from that first double crochet, and we're going to decrease across those 2 stitches. So 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 1 and turn. And now we'll do a row of double crochet and we'll do those decreases again. So yarn over, go through the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go through the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. And work double crochets all the way across to your last 2 stitches. Okay, I've worked all the way across. We'll do a decrease across the last 2 stitches. And we're going to continue alternating between our single crochet row, our double crochet row, and decreasing until we get down to a total of 3 stitches. So you'll just keep decreasing, and then once you get down to the 3 stitches, we're going to just make this band as long as we need. What I find is always a good idea is to use some safety pins, give it a pin, and try it on, because you can always lengthen the strap or shorten it to suit your body type. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna continue working, and then I'll meet you up to show you how to start the other side. Okay, so I continue to work my 3 stitches. And I'm going to finish it off on 12 rows of single crochet, but I'm going to leave a tail. I may need to change this because I will pin it and try it on before I confirm for sure how many I want to do. So I'm going to fasten this off. Okay, so I fastened this off and I've left a long tail because I will try it on later to see how that fits. And I'm on my right side, so when we worked our slip stitches across in our double crochet row, we were on that right side. So you also want to make sure you're on the right side when you come over here and join on to work this section. It's basically work the same, we're just starting it in a different spot. So I'm going to go through and I will just pull through the yarn. And I'm going to chain 1 to secure that. And then I'm going to double crochet in each stitch across to the last 5, and then I will leave those 5 stitches unworked. Just crocheting over some of this tail as I go. Okay, so I've worked across and I've left those 5 stitches, so you should have a total of 43 worked across. Chain 1 and turn. And now we're going to do our start into our decreases. So single crochet decrease across the first 2. Work all the way across. Okay, and then you'll decrease the last 2. Then we'll do our double crochet row and decrease it. So we're now working it the same as we did this side. It's just repetitive, and you're going to finish and fasten off. Once you get that done, what I like to do is take some safety pins, just pin it on to make sure that the fit is good. And if you're satisfied, then you can go ahead and block your pieces. Okay, so I have my front and back pieces complete, and I did end up, I tried it on and I did pull back so that I have only 10 rows on each side. I just don't want my V-neck too deep, so I thought I should switch that and go with just the 10 stitches. But again, make sure to try it on because you may need it a little bit longer. So I just didn't want it too deep on my underarm. So just play around, make sure that you get the right fit. Don't feel like you have to do exactly the same as what I've done. So now you want to make sure that you weave in the tails on one side, and then we can use the tails on the other side to sew it. Now I also steam blocked mine. Normally I will block it out on the blocking mats with pins and wet it, but this time I wanted to speed up the process. So I did steam block it and it worked out great for this particular pattern. So what you would do to wet it, just put your garment in some lukewarm water with a little bit of wool wash, let that soak for around 25 minutes, and then you can take it out, wrap it in a towel to get out any excess water, and then pin it out to your schematic measurements. Or if you have a steamer, you could go ahead and just steam block like I did mine. And it just kind of stops all of the curling that is happening on all the edges. So now what I'm going to do is put my right sides facing. I'm going to take the tail. And I'm just going to whip stitch this okay, and then I'm going to do the same to the other side. Then we can go ahead and seam the sides together. And then we'll finish with our edging. Sometimes you got to make sure you have a yarn needle that's thin enough that you can get through these stitches. So now to seam your side, you're going to line, again, you have the right sides facing still, and you only need about double your length that you're sewing. So I always go a little bit extra. And I'm going to start down here at the band, but you can start at the underarm. It really doesn't matter. You are just evenly going to sew this. So I like to start out with a knot. And then you're going through each stitch. You can always skip the odd stitch. Once I get into the side, I'll leave a little bit more spacing between my stitches. Okay, so you're just going to do that all the way, do it to the other side, and then we'll meet back again for the edging. Okay, so next I'm going to do the edging. So we need to do the armholes as well as our front and back neck. So I'm going to join in to the underarm. I'm going to use my smaller hook. Chain one, I'll start with a single crochet. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit farther for you. So I've started with a single crochet. Now we're going to look at the stitch. You're going through the second bar. And then we're going to go through The next space or stitch, you're going to pull through 1 loop on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. So again, we'll go through the second bar, go through the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 1 loop on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Go through the second bar, go through the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And once we get to the side where we're working along the rows, you'll want to work 2 single crochet for a double crochet row and 1 single crochet for a single crochet row. You just want to make sure that you make this nice and even. We don't want any bunching. So rather than just doing a single crochet, this gives it a really nice thick edge. It's almost like you're doing a round of slip stitches and then single crochets all in one. And once you get going with it, it is really quick and easy to do. So you're going to do this for both underarms and also around your neck and back opening. So once you have it complete, this is what your edging is going to look like around your neckline and your arm openings. You can always give this a light steam just to smooth out any wrinkles and also flatten out your seams. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and tap the bell to stay updated on all my new videos and tutorials. Make sure to check the description box below the video for the yarn and the pattern link. Thanks so much, guys. Have an awesome day.